great thing about football is we get to come back tomorrow and look at the film and be able to correct the mistakes that were made today on both sides of the ball. I mean, it's a team loss.
Sims turns, gives a little handoff trap to Bonner. Sheds a tackle at the 5. He's going to go in. Touchdown! Janiron Bonner scores. Little inside trap to the fullback, and he scores. Huskers a PAT.
When you win and you lose, it's really important to talk about the moment that you're in. I think for me, it's important to remind them, how much I respect them and care about them, and how I know some guys are really hurting, and some guys I'm sure feel like, man, I let the guys down if I hadn't done this. But it's the man in the arena, the guy that has the guts to go out there, that puts himself out there. So I just encourage them to make sure they understand that at the University of Nebraska, I expect us to finish the game on offense, but also expect us to finish the game on defense. And this shouldn't be anything but a team.
Hope you enjoyed our Hy-Vee sounds of the game on a Saturday. Huskers dropped for the second straight week a 3-point game. This is kind of life in the Big Ten, these close, tight football games.
Yeah, obviously we're disappointed that we lost. I thought in many ways it was one of the better games that a lot of our guys have played. You can certainly see guys getting better, the process working. So it's one of those things where you tell the team, hey guys, you're getting better, yet we're not going to win a game if we have 5 turnovers. We're not going to win a game if we don't have a fourth quarter shutout. And so the things that are principles of the program, I think the guys are finding out and learning, sometimes the right way, sometimes the hard way, that these things really matter. And I'm really excited, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm obviously disappointed, but I'm really excited about the way and the direction that we're trending.
Very good. We've got a lot to get to in the next 30 minutes, including first half highlights. We're back to do that coming up next.
Let's check out this week's Big Mac sack from McDonald's.
Tagovailoa claps the hands, gets the snap, back to throw, has some time, now being rushed, gets hit, goes down. Huskers send the late blitz, and Buford, there's your McDonald's Big Mac sack. Huge loss, back to the 32.
Yeah, huge play from Buford that tickled to get him back.
So a loss of 11. And
how about the play call then? Get in your bag, Coach White.
Little delayed blitz.
With that Big Mac sack, Big Mac sandwiches are buy one, get one free the day after the game. Only at McDonald's.
Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by BMO. Nebraska took on the Maryland Terrapins. Only the third time these two programs have ever met. It was Military Appreciation Day. Huskers kick it off. Maryland goes on an 11-play drive. Little dink and dunks is kind of what they did offensively, but no points on this drive.
No, guys made crucial stops when it mattered, kind of settled in to the tempo of the game, kind of saw how we were being attacked, and as you can see here, Jamari and those guys made plays when it mattered to keep them out of field goal range.
Jamari's playing really well for you. Made a nice play there. So you stop the drive. They punt, pin you deep. Get a nice gain here. The drive ends up stalling near midfield, and you go to your bag of tricks. You pull out a fake punt.
Yeah, we've been working that for a while. We had it. We called it. The guys, excellent job here. Snodgrass comes around, makes a great block at the point of attack, and work, gets the play. As I said to you, we wanted to steal a possession in this game because we knew it would be a close game.
Then the drive does end with an INT here by Trader, young man that doubles up and plays lacrosse for Maryland. So they have the ball. Quick change for your defense, and they were up to the task.
Yeah, here you can see guys, hustling to the football at the perimeter, taking away the screens. The wind was really a factor in this game. Here they're throwing into the wind, so our guys knew that they were going to have to break up and make tackles on the screens and the underneath stuff.
They had a kid make a great catch there to keep that drive alive on 3rd and long, but again, the defense does bent a little bit here, but this ends up only being a 3-yard drive because they started at your 44, ends up at the 41 here as you do shut down the door here on this drive.
Yeah, really proud of the guys. I thought on defense we flew around and probably played one of our best games.
So you get the ball back and gets a couple good runs. How'd the line play as you go back and look at it?
I thought watching the tape, this was the best that our offensive line played all year. I thought, some of those young guys settling in, controlled the line of scrimmage, only had 1 sack, ran the football. Really, I thought it was their best game.
You, on defense, stuffed their running game for the first 3 quarters. They got a little bit of going in the 4th quarter, but for the most part, you did that. You changed quarterbacks here. Heinrich hurts a lower leg, so Jeff comes in. Nice drive here, 12-play drive that does not end up in points.
Yeah, that's kind of, unfortunately, the last 2 weeks that, there's some 10-play drives, some 12-play drives. You're coming away with either no points or field goals. So, you'd like to have a big play. You'd like to convert a 3rd down. We go for it on 4th down here, get it the first time. Unfortunately, don't get it the second time.
So, yeah, they get the stop here on this. Now they've got the wind at their back, and they do take a shot. You had a feeling a shot was coming. They take one right here after this 4th down stop.
Yeah, they finally have the wind at their back, as you said. They come out, double move. That's one thing people do against us. Fake a hitch, fake a slant, and go. Unfortunately, they hit the play, and then when we've played at our best, we've been able to hold guys to field goals in the red zone, break a tackle, and score a touchdown.
So yeah, he in there for the score for Maryland. They take a 7-0 lead on just a 2-play drive. You then again have another nice drive going, but it ends with a turnover in the end zone.
Yeah, unfortunate. We have some opportunities here. To move the football. We have a chance here to get points right before the half. To come out of this game with 2 interceptions thrown in the end zone, I think that obviously everyone knows that you can't do that, but it certainly hurt us in this game.
Now Maryland threatening to score one more time before the half. It ends up with just a Hail Mary throw into the end zone. So just a deficit of just 7 at halftime. That had to be a little bit of an uplift to know you're only down by 1 score.
Yeah, we expected this to be one of those games that we get to the fourth quarter. I thought the guys on defense withstood the tempo. Gave up only 2 big plays, and we go into the game at the half. You go into the half knowing that it's a battle. It's a Big Ten football game. It's a 1-score game, and we had our opportunities. Hoping to come out in the second half and string a little bit more together.
Good third quarter coming up for the Huskers. We'll review that coming up next. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by BMO. So a 7-0 game at the half. Nebraska, because they won the toss and deferred, gets the ball to start the second half, and really nothing going here on this opening drive.
Yeah, no, didn't really get into rhythm here on this opening drive. Unfortunately, the drop, kind of the same thing over and over again in terms of offensively. And then, defensively came out, and again, they're still trying to attack the perimeter. We finally got a ball out, and that's really what we needed. Allowed us to kind of get the run game going and get in the end zone.
Great job by Omar Brown to rip that, and you immediately turn this into points. Bonner gets in the end zone. Good for him.
Yeah, Janiran's a guy that can do a lot of different things for us. We use him as a fullback. We use him as a tight end, as a wideout, and here, he can carry the football.
Well, he's power. He shook off a tackler in the backfield. 7-all game at this point in time. They get the football back, and you immediately get yet another turnover with Abuda. Javen Wright with a pick along the sidelines.
Yeah, excellent play. Great job by Ty. Ty's playing his best football. Javen picks the ball off. Kind of a consistent theme. He's making plays and really hitting his stride. And this is one of those drives that you need. You'd like to go get in the end zone on, capitalize on. But we do in fact get points.
You get a nice little flip to Thomas Fidoni there. Ends with a 38-yard field goal. Tristan's kind of found a groove for you. Now you have a lead in this game at 10-7.
Yeah, Tristan's definitely getting better.
So he makes that. Now they go on a 14-play drive into the wind, and they chew up a lot of clock on this drive, which in the end may be hurtful because then you didn't have the wind a whole lot in this period, but you stop them on a 4th down play coming up.
Yeah, the plays that they did make, unfortunately that missed tackle on 3rd and 14. One of the things you can't really see sometimes in the highlights is the amount of times we were backed up starting with the football. But as you said, you get the stop. The wind is a factor. But a great 4th down stop by the fellas.
So right there, you get the football back. So now we're into the 4th quarter, and unfortunately, early in this drive in the 4th quarter, Jeff Sims' fumble gives them the ball in pretty good field position.
Yeah, really, if we're being honest, it's kind of the tail of the game, tail of the season. It's a play that's there, execute it, and but the defense, again, they answer the call. They come out, they get the sack, they hold them to a field goal attempt, and we have a tie game despite the adversity.
Marquise Buford gets the sack there to hold them to 3. So now we got a tie game, and then again another pick, a poorly thrown ball there sets them up here at this point in time in the game.
Yeah, just beating ourselves. This is, they had 101 yards rushing. This is one of their big runs of the game. We had a chance for a sack in the end zone, just didn't quite make the play.
So you were able to strip the ball here. Another big play by Wright to knock the ball loose. You get it, stop them. You turn to Chubba. You've said all year, we're going to be a time this season we're going to need Chubba. You needed him here, and this is a pretty nice drive that he executes here, 14 plays. Yeah,
I thought Chubba did a great job. I was really proud of him getting in there. Billy makes a play. Emmett with a great run. Again, this is how we want to play. We're comfortable with the game being close. We want to get downhill, run the ball when it matters. And then Chubba has a great run here in a minute to get us down in there.
All right, how about the 3rd down play here?
Yeah, unfortunately, the kid makes a great play. We're trying to throw the corner route there to Billy. He falls off the under route. That's one that if you wish you could have back, if you had back. But we expect the defense to go out and get the stop. Unfortunately, we have a missed assignment here. The line slants one way, and they get the explosive run. They had the third down penalty, and that put them in field goal position.
Yeah, they go 12 plays, 75 yards, bleed the clock, taken down. You're out of timeouts at this point in time, and then have to watch helplessly on the sidelines as their kicker punches one through for a 13-10 Maryland victory. Back-to-back weeks, Huskers come up 3 points short. Last week to Michigan State, this week to the Maryland Terrapins. We've got more of the show coming up next. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by BMO. Time for this week's Cornhusker Conversation, which is presented each week by teammates. This week, Jessica Cootie sits down with freshman defensive lineman Cam Lenhart.
Back to throw is Hauser. Looking, being hit, dropped by Cam Lenhart. Lenhart's third sack of the season, all the way back at the 45.
Take me through your recruiting process, because you were committed, then you decommitted, and then when this new coaching staff came in, you recommitted. So can you take me through that journey and how you ended up coming back to Nebraska?
I remember it was like December. It was really late, and then I got a text and a phone call, and they were like, we know it's really late, but the new coaching staff, we really want you to get you back up here, introduce you to everybody, and just give it a chance again, and to see. And then when I came here, and I talked to Coach Rule, Coach Knighton, and Coach T. White, and I was like, this is the place I got to be.
I remember sitting down with Coach Knighton. You weren't announcing yet, but they knew they had a feeling that they were going to get you, and just the way that he talked about you and how much belief he had in you. How special has that relationship been from the start? Because it just seemed like you guys really, really clicked, really bonded.
Well, me and Coach Knighton, we're from the same, kind of the same area. He's from Connecticut. I'm from Staten Island, New York. So it's very close. So just we have so much in common. Just the type of people we are, very similar. So just that connection, from the moment I stepped foot on campus has been special.
How has your skill set and your style then fit in with what Tony White wants to do with this defense?
I would just say the versatility of the defense. We have many guys who play many different positions and do many different things. So my style is I could be anywhere, and that a lot of the guys on the team could do that. So that's why I think I complement it really well. Was it an easier transition than what you expected, or was it something that it was a process for you to really settle in? Definitely coming in January, I stepped into a great situation, I feel, because, the coaches all came at the same time as me. So it was we all learned together and, figure stuff out together. So I stepped in at a great time, and, the transition for me wasn't that hard. Just, coming from where I come from, they just get us ready for these situations and college.
The defensive line room, you guys seem to have so much fun on the sideline. Like what you were saying, he allows you guys to be you. It's fascinating that you said you're so different, but then also your skill sets are different too. How just as a group have you felt like this group has meshed well, even on the football field too?
So a lot of what we do outside of the facility, and we do a lot of things as a D line, just meetings together, dinners together. We go do activities and stuff like that. We hang out. I remember one time we all watched the game together, and we all just went to Nash's house, and we all just sat there and just for a few hours just chilled and hung out. That's something that helps our chemistry on the field, is just what we do off the field. So Nash was my roommate in Selleck when we stayed in the dorms. Todd's my roommate on the road. So just being able to be with them and learn from them. That's such a great thing, because they have all experience, and they have the information to give. I don't know everything, so a lot of the time it's a lot of them they're coaching me and stuff.
The first time you got to throw the bones, how much did you enjoy that?
No, it was unbelievable. I waited for it. So when I got the sack, I brought him down. I was I gotta throw it up.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Cam Lenhart, his teammates, even T. Knight, his defensive line coach, says this kid's kind of an old soul. What do you tell us about him?
Well, he's a special young man. He's a great student, great person, unbelievably hard worker. He's from New York City like me, via IMG to here. And when you look out at the team, you see all the young players out there playing. Just remember that he's a true freshman, and he's playing really, really well. He's great both on and off the field, and someone that we love having here.
Future leader on this team, you think?
Oh, I think he's emerging right now as a leader, and you go through these tough games like this, you lose it down the stretch, a turnover here, a long drive to end the game, and he's out there on the field. And you think about when he's a junior, when he's a senior, the lessons learned that will manifest themselves. And so I think he'll lead this team to great things.
Fantastic. Back with some final thoughts from the coach next. Welcome back to the Husker Football Show presented by BMO. Nebraska is set to travel for the final time of the regular season, headed to Camp Randall, one of the glorious palaces for college football in the Big Ten Conference, to take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Both teams 5-5, both teams hungry for a win. What kind of challenge is this going to be?
I think it'll be a great football game. Coach Fickell does a tremendous job. They're in year one just like us. They've got talented players, big physical. Tanner Mordecai, the quarterback, back from injury. And I recruited him at Baylor when he was from right down the road. So they've got great players. They're a big physical team. It should be a heck of a challenge.
How about your team right now? This has been a group that's been pretty resilient for you. Any signs of something different this week, or do you expect a great effort?
No, not these guys, man. It's like Ty Robinson told me. He said, "Coach, whether you're from Nebraska or you're not, but you're here now, is that that's all we know here in this state is just to show up and work." And so they show up and work each and every week. You take out the Michigan game. We've had some great wins. We've had some tough defeats, but we've never really had a team that's quit on us, and never had a team that's gotten blown out and embarrassed. They've learned a lot along the way, and I look forward to taking them out there.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
We'll be back next week to check out the action from the Wisconsin game. My thanks to the entire Husker Vision crew and to you for watching. We'll see you again here next week.